Hi, this is for Libra for August of 2020. Hope you all guys are having a great day. The first thing I did is I drew my Mist of Avalon card, and that's an oracle, and it's Erenhad. And basically what Erenhad is telling us that for Libra, for the month of August, you're overcoming generations of conditioning, generations of mistakes being put about you. You can no longer be held responsible for others' behavior. They have to take that on themselves. You are only responsible for you. And you're breaking that cycle of conditioning. Now, with August, we have the first astrological aspect we have is Mercury in Cancer in the 10th house opposing Pluto in Capricorn in the 4th house. And pretty much, you're expressing yourself emotionally to your family because you are no longer going to hide who you are to make them feel comfortable. It's time for you to be happy. And you're going to have to transform your home life because you don't want to be miserable anymore. You will not be responsible for other people's happiness. You've got to be happy with who you are. If they can't be happy with who you are, then they need to figure out why they're in your life to begin with. Then on the 2nd, you have the Sun in Leo in the 11th house, squaring Uranus in Taurus in the 8th house. And, no longer are you going to let the groups you belong to or the friendships that you have, trample on your desires, on your hopes and your wishes. You're transforming your intimate life, and you want things, to be in the way that you want them and not what everybody else expects them to be. You've got to be true to yourself. You've got to be happy with where you move in life. And you're no longer going to accept the behaviors from your friendships and the groups you belong to over your own personal desires. We were all sent here to live a life that we were meant to live and not what we were conditioned to live. Now, on the 3rd, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and that will be in your 5th house, and again, you've always done what was right for everyone else in your family because it made them happy, and you like to see other people happy. But there comes a time when you have to stand on your own and for what's right for you, okay, to do creatively. Go creatively where you want to, or, stand by your children because, your family may not agree with your children's choices, but they're your children's choices. And if you've learned anything in your life, we all have our own choices to make, and we all have our own lessons to make. And you were no longer responsible for your children's choices. You can be there to guide them and give them advice, but their choices are theirs, and you know that. And if your family can't accept the choices that your children makes, then that's on them, because you don't want them inheriting the conditioning that you inherited. You want them to go further than you did. Then, or also with your dating life. That's very important here. You're no longer going to accept the behaviors that you have in the past in your dating life with your family. If they don't like who you date, or if they don't like your choices, that's not their responsibility. Your choices are what makes you happy, no one else's. And you need to be with people that make you happy, and not with, people that your closest relationship in your life says that are good for you or bad for you. You get to choose what's good for you or bad for you. Now, again, on the 4th, we have Mercury moving in to Leo in the 11th house. And you're happy when you pursue, your dreams and your desires and your hopes and your wishes. And you're sharing that with friendships now more. And, you're going to talk about that, and they're going to see what kind of joy it brings you, talking about all of your hopes and your desires. And all our hopes and desires are different things. And why one Libra might have a hope of learning something new or doing something creatively, another Libra could have a hope and a wish of getting married and living happily ever after, or dating this guy that they feel is fantastic, or girl. Or they could also be creative with their children and doing things with their children that bring them much joy. And you're going to do a lot more of this over the next month with Mercury being in Leo. Now on the 7th, we have Venus in Cancer in your 10th house. And just know, Libra, that you're very charming. And you've always used that charm to move forward, your reputation in a positive way, and you've used it to move yourself forward in your career. Now, again, you're doing this for you because you love what you do, and you want people to feel good about what you do. So you're very charming, and you use that power to move everything forward. Now, on the 13th, we have Mars in Aries in the 7th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in the 4th house. And pretty much at this point, you're done, okay? You're taking aggressive action in your relationships, to transform, your home and family base, and to make it more secure. You're done with the way things have been. You're done with the people playing their power games. And you're going to take back your power. You're done with everything. You're not going to tolerate it anymore. You want things in your home to be stable, secure, grounded, everybody on the same page. And granted, not everybody can always be on the same page, but at least have those boundaries in place with your family that makes them stop overstepping their boundaries and thinking they're going to take control of your life. Okay, and your partnerships. Now, on the 15th, we have Uranus retrograding in Taurus in your 8th house. And you're making major transformations at the most intimate level of who you are. You're sexual relationships are changing, the way you transform, the scars that have been left on you. You are stripping all of this away and changing who you are at the most intimate level, because you're no longer going to tolerate the things you did in the past. You're changing intimately and what you need intimately, because people have walked on you in your home life, and you're not going to allow it anymore. You know what you need. And, if they can't accept the fact that these are the things that you need to be happy, then, you guys need to recreate that family dynamic. And, not going to say it's going to be easy, because whenever you're having family issues in that dynamic, it can be hard. But, you know that you're not going to accept this anymore. And you've changed a lot to deal with the family dynamic. Now it's time for them to change, or you're just going to be done with the situation and do what makes you happy. Now, on the 16th, we have Mercury in Leo in the 11th house, trining Mars in Aries in the 11th house. And, this is a good thing. It's a trine. But you are communicating passionately your hopes and your desires and your wishes with people that you're in partnerships with. You're taking action, and you're taking it action aggressively. You you want new beginnings, and you know that in order to have it, things have got to change, and you need to express what your hopes and your wishes are and your desires are for that dynamic within your partnership. Now, on the 18th, we have a new moon, and that's in Leo in the 11th house. And, you're having a new beginning over the next, you're having a new beginning in all of your desires, your hopes, your wishes, with your friendships and the groups that you belong to, because your creativity has always brought you joy, and you're being creative, and your children have always brought you joy, and you're going to have new beginnings there with them. And then also in your dating life, you're about to have a new beginning there, because you're not going to do things in the old way. You're going to do things that make you happy. And if your family can't see that it makes you happy, then are they really out for your happiness? Or are they being selfish and just thinking about what they want for themselves? Because you have already given up, so much for your relationships and to keep everybody around you happy. And you're just not doing it anymore, because you've seen in the past how things have changed in your relationships when people got their way. Well, it's time for you to have your way now. And you're going to be happy with the people that you choose. They no longer get to choose your relationships or the people that you allow into your life. Now, on the 19th, we have Mercury moving into Virgo in your 12th house. And you are definitely, Libra, thinking things out at the deepest level right now. You want to take action. Okay, but you also know that a plan's got to be in place before you take this action if you want it to, come off without any issues. So just put that plan in place and you can move forward, because you're cleaning out the closets of everything that has happened in your life in order for you to have that fresh start in the way that you want. Now, on the 22nd, we have the sun moving in Virgo also in your 12th house. And you're a loner. You used to think that you were a people person, and with friendships and groups and all of that, but you're at your best when you can sit with your thoughts and think things out. Not that you don't like people, it's just that people are always trying to sway your opinions and what you want to do, and you're no longer going to do that. You're thinking things out, and you're putting a plan in place for your own journey, for where you're going, the direction that you're going to move in. And with the partnerships and your friendships and your hopes and your dreams and with your children, you are looking at everything and putting a plan in place so that you can live the life of your dreams versus the life of everybody else's dreams for you. Now, on the 24th, we have Mars in Aries in your 7th house, squaring Saturn in Capricorn in your 4th house. Now, that new beginning is waiting in your partnerships, okay? And, but you also know that you have got to overcome these power plays that are being played out within your home and your family. You cannot allow them to make power plays in order for you to live according to what they want versus according to what you want. You're just not going to allow the control. Now, on the 27th, we have Venus in Cancer in the 10th house, trining Neptune in Pisces in the 6th house. And, you're pretty much using your charm to deal with issues that are happening at work, because these issues are strange. And, you're just know that you're not the illusions that people are under, or, the lies that are being told in your work life. Okay, it's all strange because you know who you are, and you know that people, your partnerships are taking action that just isn't based on truth. It's based on what they want selfishly. So just keep moving forward. You're doing good. Then on the 29th, you have got Mercury in Virgo in the 12th house, trining Jupiter in Capricorn in the 4th house. And pretty much, your sensitive nature has been luck for you in life. You've been lucky by listening to your intuition. You have been lucky by being a giver of people. And, and that's good. But the thing that isn't good is that all this giving that you have done has blurred the boundaries with your family. And this is a day that you're going to be able to get over all the boundaries that they have been, pushing with you. You know what your boundaries are, you know what you're going to allow. And this is a day that, by speaking about the most personal parts of you with your family, that you're going to be able to overcome these issues that are happening. Because you want to be happy, and you're just going to have to keep pushing forward. Well, Libra, if I can say anything to you about the month of August, it's a time for you to keep those boundaries in place. You've been working on this a while, okay? Putting boundaries up with people that think that they have making power plays in your life. And, it's affected you. It's affected you with your health and in your mind, and you're no longer tolerating it. So just keep those boundaries in place and keep standing your ground, because you're going in the right direction that makes you happy, because you have learned that you've got to make you happy first, and the people that love you will accept that you're happy, just the way that you've always accepted them, their choices, in order for them to be happy. Now it's their turn to let you be happy with your choices. Have a great month, Libra, and I will see you in September. I love you, and have a good one.